going to be my first ever YouTube video. I'm Don Tree. Or y'all can just call me Tree. Here we're going to be studying. I'm not even studying really, because you can learn anything you want to, and knowledge is everywhere. But I will be referencing certain things that you can go learn on your own. One of the main things we will be doing, though, is learning the art of expressing ourselves, releasing concepts, pure awareness, cosmic P in the words of my homie, my gnosis. Maintaining our frame in the words of Travis Major, shout out to him too. This journey that we finna embark on together, and this community that we finna build is gonna be so amazing. And I look forward to the realizations that I have, the aha moments. I'm almost at a loss for words just doing this, but it's gonna be a movie. I mean, it already is a movie. You gotta remember too, every man and a woman is a star. So every time you meet somebody, you're literally going into their own universe. That don't mean you gotta interact with every person that you see too. Like sometimes you'll know when you ain't not necessarily supposed to just merge worlds with somebody. And then sometimes when we go experience people and stuff, we learn what we don't want to bring into our world. And sometimes you can be inspired to be a better you, or like bring certain elements into your life and all that. Because at the end of the day, we are just a collection of all the elements into these forms, and then we just unique expressions of the same source code. It's when we start over-identifying and over-complicating and attaching ourselves to concepts and ideologies, when we start to suffer or when we start to compete. When in reality, like, this shit is just abundant. It's ever expanding, ever flowing, ever changing. And you've always been here, eternally. That's one of my phrases that I like to say, like, eternally I shine. Yeah, I gotta reference the book. I'm gonna put that book down down here, because that book is important. I think it's called Be As You Are. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna reference that. I ain't gonna long wind this one. It's a lot of shit going on right now. We literally in the 12-12 portal. It's 12-13 right now. But the energy is in the air and everything. Countdown today. It's 8 days to my birthday, man. Let's get it. So that's gonna happen too. Man, it's a 9 year, and this year has flew by. What a crazy year. And a lot of things have really came to fruition and to an end. Like, we really just seen the streets die in real time this year. We seen what's going on with this Is It Real stuff. Like, it's like the curtain just got pulled back and we just see the truth of everything. So it's like we can't go into 2026 doing the same shit. We gotta be on. I really just feel like we gotta be expressing ourselves to like the fullest extent. Focus on yourself and what you here to do and all of that, and then everything else gonna come with it. Like everything that you stressing about or that you thinking about, I promise that shit gonna be fixed with you just applying effort. Let your action be the prayer, and your effort and offering to the divine. And in doing so, let me say that one more time. Let your action be the prayer, and your effort and offering to the divine. And with you doing that, you're going to go into a place where, not even a place, it's like a mind frame or like a state of being to where like, you know that everything that you're doing, not saying you're going to necessarily get something back from it, but you know it's in full harmony and like full essence of who you truly are. And in doing so, you're going to attract more things like that, more energy like that. And the more you stop personalizing, I'm not even gonna say personalizing, the more you stop attaching yourself to like the outcomes and everything, or like just having expectations of certain shit. And I mean like outside forces and shit, because when it comes to your world and like your reality and your personal life, hey, you already know what time it is. Or we're gonna get into that. Like, You the storyteller. But when it comes to like the outside world and all that, you cannot be caught up trying to save everybody or just trying to teach everybody or just like always willing to like break your back for other people, because you may see it as like, oh wow, like I'm doing this thing like to help this person out, and you may expect some congratulatory, or I don't know, like you may be doing that shit for like another reason and all that shit, but that becomes a burden on yourself because you're not being your true authentic self. Like that's what we big on over here, is like authenticity. You can't save the world if you can't save yourself. Like you can't help the world if you can't help yourself. So especially if you know you're not where you really want to be at, it's okay to focus on you. It's okay to be selfish. Being selfish is the most selfless thing you can do. I heard that somewhere. I'm gonna find out if I can find a link to that shit too. But yeah. And not selfish in the sense of like fuck everybody. It's like, no, I'm working on me. Like to the point where like I done worked on myself now to the point where I can help other people out. And even still, like with me, this being my first YouTube video and all that too, I'm gonna listen to the feedback. y'all gonna have questions and all that. Maybe y'all gonna have questions like it is what it is, but hey, I'm gonna ask some inspiration and then I'm just gonna go from there, because hey, this is the start of something new, because I'm gonna show y'all what this shit is. I really enjoy communicating, sharing. Gnosis, like pure knowing, pure understanding, like pure awareness. There's so many aha moments, like it's literally infinite. And I understand how we're eternal. We have eternal life already. We overthink that shit by complicating ourselves and like attaching ourselves to things that are meant to change. Like, think of this as us being in a cocoon state in a sense. We're just going through a cocoon state right now in this life that we actually live in. Like in the dream world and all that shit, like the laws down here don't really exist up there. You're a lot more freer and all of that. So just imagine like you can have those memories when you come back and you know that you had a dream and all that, and you were doing some otherworldly shit, or just even out of this world, out of the cosmos, or out of this reality, yada yada yada. But your body was here on Earth, but you still have those memories. That's how you know, like, even when it's that time to make the transition and all that, and the body has to stay here, your essence is still going to be here. It's going to be in the ethers or whatever you want to call it. Like, but if you have that awareness, you can transcend and go into something crazier. I'm not even gonna say crazy. Like that's the word that they want to put on it, and that's the word. That's the word that people feel incriminated upon or like victimized. And it's like, we got to get out of all the spookism and all that shit. Because to a person that's caught up in all of the everyday go around, like the news cycle and all that shit, at this point, I bet they recognize like, oh shit, the world is actually crazy. And I'm going to say this, sanity looks insane to the insane. So people, quote unquote, going against the grain or like just waking up asking certain questions and all that, that's actually a healthy thing to do. Like, it's important to really talk to yourself too. So this is why this is therapy, me also talking on this camera too, because like you can have all this stuff bottled up in your mind and stuff, but it's very important that you express this energy that's coming through, especially if you know you come from the source, like from the cosmos and all that, from the supreme. Like that energy is going to come down into you, and it's either you can exercise it, you can express it, you can hold on to that shit, but ultimately it's going to become a burden to the point where like it's going to break you down, and you probably going to have burnout after a while. That's when people like to hold on to power and harness that and take full advantage of that. And ultimately like it ends up destroying the user every single time, because power is not taking all the energy and just holding that shit. It's being able to move it around, being able to, like a circuitry, like in a sense, like being able to relay it. Like, can you move this shit around? Can you keep this shit going? Because that's how you'll be able to maintain your frame and maintain your own reality. When they really get into the spiritual shit, like, and start really getting up into it, you're going to have to do some things by pure experience, and you're going to have faith in yourself. And you can walk on water, just don't look down at your feet. Hey, shout out to Nipsey Hussle for that one. Like, You can walk on water, just don't look down at your feet. Because the moment you start looking down, and I mean this in like a physical sense too, the moment you start looking down on people that's like on their journey and all this shit, or you start pointing the finger, you start being judgmental and all that, you are the one that's suffering, because the source of that finger, the source of that judgment is still you, and you connected to source. And that you have to recognize, like, once you know who you truly are and all that, you're a mirror for everything. So you judging somebody is just you judging yourself. Like, that's a repressed part of your subconscious that's coming out. And that's why I say, like, the work is beautiful. The work is you just remembering, and remembering is releasing. So you got to release all this shit. I think I'm going to end this video right here. And, hey, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. If ask me certain questions, ask me anything you want to know in the comments. I'll talk about it, make a video about it. Hey, salute. Let's do this.